Mhm.
Hi, I'm Donna McMurtry, and this is my sister, Diana Adair.
Hello.
And we are quantum healing practitioners. We do professional surrogate sessions as well as regular QHHT or BQH sessions. We are also authors that write under author name D.D. Adair. So we are here today to let you know about a new book that we are launching and going to make available free in ebook format to all of you for Quantum Realms Week. So the title of this book is Doorways of Death, The Great Continuing. And we're very excited about this book because it is a collection of session stories from quantum healing sessions where clients ask questions about death. So whether it's murder, suicide, accidental death, so-called mass death events, abortion, old age, what happens after physical death, so on and so forth. We've put all these together into this book, and we've also included a compendium of the actual death experiences from past life visitations. So that's really fun because they're always fascinating what it actually felt like to that human to experience that death and that mode of death. And then after all of this, we, Diana and I, had even more questions about all of these topics. And so we did a few research sessions where we got to talk to various masters and beings that would come to talk to us to answer our questions about sort of our deeper questions on these subjects. So that all is in there. And Diana is going to share a little bit about what our inspiration for writing this book is.
Yes, well, this is a huge topic. And one of our inspirations was because it comes up in humans almost across the board, this fear of death. This is one of the primary fears of being human, is this fear of annihilation, of being no more, of ending, of nothingness. And you know, this fear of death really limits living our lives. It gets in the way of fully living. And as we've researched this and worked with ourselves and with clients, we have come across time and again inspiration and help to shift this perception. This perception. There's ancient texts spanning thousands of years of different time frames. The pyramid texts, the Vedic texts, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads are just a few of them. And they're all talking about this fear of death, and they all say the same thing, ultimately, that the soul can never die because it was never born. It has always existed in eternity. And we have found this to be true time and again as we speak with these different people's higher selves, these higher beings that come and teach us. And so that really is our inspiration. And we want to show that even though the physical body does end in form, it's designed to end in the form that we know. Our consciousness has always been, and it cannot be destroyed. It goes on and on. And so we address the fears around death and the dying process from the perspectives of the intellect, the emotions, the experiences themselves, and the soul itself, the consciousness or the higher self, the I amness that we are, so that we can free ourselves from this intensely limiting fear and enjoy these precious lives that we're living to the fullest.
Yeah, every story needs a beginning and an end, right? So Diana, do you want to share, or do you want me to start with what was your favorite part or subject covered in the book?
Well, I'll share because you just said it. Every story needs a beginning and an end. And as I have heard so many stories and heard all of these different views of the ways we can die, the reasons we choose the ways to die, it just brings me back to the ultimate message of my higher self to me of this is a grand adventure. Enjoy it. And so it's really shifted my perspective from one of fear to excitement, if I can say that, knowing that I'm going to have this experience in this life and that the doorways to step through that we call death are limitless. There is as big or as little as I can imagine them. That's been, I think, my favorite part of diving into this subject. How about you?
So maybe we should have called the book The Adventure of Death. I think there was a lot of favorite parts, but I really loved when Jesus or Yeshua would come to talk to us about, he showed up a couple times to answer our questions about these subjects. And he was always so funny and lighthearted when he talked about these things. Like he talked to us about murder for a while, and he just made it such a light, interesting subject. So I think that was probably my favorite, because it was like he would almost not really make fun, but just laugh about it, like, to lighten our seriousness probably on the subject. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. This book, this death book, as we like to call it, will be available in ebook format in pretty much any of the ebook formats for free for the entire month of April. Now you can go to our website, which is DD Adair, that's DDADAIR.com. And you'll see there the links to download that. Now it's going to remain free until we are ready to publish the print book. And we anticipate that being in May, but no promises. So the ebook will just remain free until the print book is published, and then it will go to a regular charge, whatever that will be. So grab it while you can if you're interested. Also, this is our second nonfiction book. The first one is titled New Earth Healing, and that is permanently free in ebook format, available also on our website, ddadair.com. If you prefer print books, that is available for the cost of printing on Amazon. And once again, that's New Earth Healing by DD Adair. And Diana is going to share about our fiction books.
Yes. There's one thing I forgot to say about this book before we move on that I feel is important, is we've also included some suggested practices, how-tos to move from a perspective of fear of death into one of freedom. And I love the how-tos, or like, that's great, but how do I do that? So we have put a few of those in there, as well as suggestions of other places to go to get more information, that type of thing. So just wanted to include that. And then yes, our other books. We have also written a fiction series set in 10 years of research in Atlantis. And those are available on Amazon, most online ebook platforms. You can also go to ddadair.com, our website, and access them from there, the Golden Age trilogy.
Beautiful. All right, that's all I've got. You feel complete?
I do. I was going to leave us with a quote from Greg Braden, just to leave you with. And he was speaking on this fear of death and his freedom he's found and how he's found it through it. He says, "Do we love ourselves enough to embrace in our lives the deepest truths of our humanness and our existence? Because the better we know ourselves, the less we will fear change in the external world, because we are not hinging our well-being on something outside of ourselves. The better we know ourselves, the less we fear the unknown."
Thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful. All right. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoy the book. Much love to you.
Yes, much love. Thanks.